record that. Start webinar. Okay.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right. Welcome. Appreciate having you guys on here tonight, January 30th, 2017. And we have special guest Jimmy Sandu with us. And we have a lot of exciting stuff ahead. So we're looking forward to that. And just hearing him speak and share, what's on his heart. So question for you guys. If everybody can hear me okay, please type 1 in your question box. Okay. All right, Roger, see you. Kevin, we got you. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to get this thing started first. Let me just get this recording going, and then we will get this baby going. It's an exciting night. Looking forward to it, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys, joining in. I hope you guys get some information out of this, and I know you will, and just be able to add some value, to your guys' life. All right, and Marty, there he is. I see Marty. Okay. All right, tonight we got special guest Jimmy Sandu. Like I said, I've gotten to know him over the last couple months, and what I can say about Jimmy is that this guy's a real deal. He's an action taker. He's a visionary dreamer, and he goes out there every day and, he takes action, and the things I see from him just inspire me a lot. This guy along the way has faced obstacles. He has found solutions to them. So we're just going to go through his story a little bit, and we're just going to touch on some highlights and some obstacles he's faced along the way, and just some wisdom and input that he can pour out to us, give us to help us grow, right? Together we rise. We always talk about that. We learn from each other. We help each other. And so let's get this thing rolling. Jimmy, are you there?
I'm there, man. I'm here. Hello to everyone, and thanks for coming and listening to us today, man.
Yeah, Jimmy, we really appreciate, having you on, like I said. And, I know there's a lot of people out there that you've connected with, a lot of people that you encourage and inspire. So I just want to say great job with that, man. And then also great job with everything that you're doing. So thank you for being on. Thank you for being on.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's just jump right in, okay?
Okay.
You want to take us back? Tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about the journey. What was the reason why you got started, in Qzx900 and just your whole thing? Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Basically, about 4 or 5 years ago, I got started because I had my first son, and I was always restricted on time with like 9 to 5s, and it just weren't doing it for me. I wanted more time with my kid. For some reason, I don't know if I was just overexcited or I'm just one of them people that do a lot for my family. So, it was just time really, just to have more time with my son and do more things with him. I just wanted to touch on why I was thinking like that.
Okay.
When I was 21, I was in university. I was three months away from finishing my degree, and my father passed away. And, a lot of hardship came in our family at the time. So I was given big, massive responsibilities. Like my mum, she couldn't work because of the depression and stuff. So, I just had to fill in the shoes and drop out from uni and started a job back then. So that's why, this comes to this and my son. I don't want to lose no time with him. Like, every day counts.
Yeah.
The big reason, man.
Yeah. And I appreciate you sharing that, man. I mean, that's, we all go through difficult times, but when you lose somebody, right, you can't even put that into words. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear, the struggles that you went through, and just the vision that you have, with your son. You don't, you can't even put into words, right? Before you have
Yeah.
your child, and then when you do,
Yeah.
it changes everything. So, I appreciate you sharing that, man. And, for so many of us out there, we all have things that we've encountered and gone through and things that drive us. And one thing I can say about Jimmy is that, he definitely shows, his passion and his drive day in and day out. And just want to commend you for that, man. So
Thanks,
anyway,
man.
yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah, so going on. So I was 21 at that time, and then from then till just 5 years ago, I was in and out of jobs. I'd always get to a good position, become a sales manager or whatnot, but that was it, just 9 to 5 all the time. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And those 9 to 5s, man, right? It's just like we miss so much time, right, with our family.
yeah, yeah, it's
And
true. That as well, and we when you're given to some companies, when you're given so much, um, and you're not really getting nothing in return, you just don't feel like that motivated anymore to like stick with them or anything. Uh,
yeah.
so no rewards, nothing, man.
Oh, I know. And it's like, just being in a situation like that, it's the same with myself. We're a number, and
Yeah,
you can be going any day. And all the effort that you put in, and then too, I know for myself, when I would get done work and go home, I mean, that energy that was drained from you throughout the day, it's just so hard to really pour all that into your family, even though you try. But,
that's true.
yeah, well,
And they
you've
want
done
the
it.
same the next day.
Yeah, the
Those
same the
managers,
next day, right? Yeah.
they forget yesterday so quickly.
Yeah, they do. They do. It's what have you done for me lately,
Yeah,
right? And and that's why we're all here, guys, right? That's why you guys are listening. That's what the reason I started, the reason Jimmy has started, is because we want to get to a place where we have that freedom to invest our time in the things that will love us back, right? The things that matter most.
yeah,
And
like yeah, so,
yeah. And Jimmy, I mean, you do a great job at it. Me and Jimmy were talking a little before. I mean, we both are passionate about this, but not only that, we want to see you guys. We want to see each and every one of you guys be able to achieve these things too with us along the way. So, yeah, we just I'm excited, man. I'm excited to continue to hear the rest of your story. So, let's just jump to it. When you jumped into this whole thing with Qzx900 in the beginning, you realized right away, right? Like we talk about all the time, brick by brick. You have your
yeah.
why now, right? You have your why. You know where you're going. And talk us through that a little bit. Tell us about, in the beginning, starting off, going from just the 9 to 5 working job to doing something on your own. Tell us a little bit about that.
So switching, I didn't switch like straight away.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like stopped working for others basically, and 5 years ago just started internet marketing because I'd done media studies in university. So I thought, something I could connect with social media and stuff. Um, but for 3 years, um, I still struggled. I still never found the right group online, the right community. It's just loads of drawbacks. A lot of products I bought, shiny products. I was just adding it up the other day, and it was crazy, man. On like credit cards and stuff that I'd taken out, nearly like 6 grand in 1 year on silly products that never made me no money, man.
Yeah.
So and it was just when I came to Qzx900 last summer. It was about July, August time, and that just changed it for me. I was in a webinar just watching Chris Winters, his story, and he just seemed so real. And yeah, I just started following them through a trusted source as well.
Mm.
And I just want to say one thing, everybody on eQallZoo and Qzx900, you guys are so lucky to have found. If you guys have found these lot, very early, then you're really lucky you haven't had to struggle, because I know what it's like out there. And these communities, you come up with an idea and you post it in Facebook, and they'll just like knock you back down straight away. You know, there'll be like 100 people just mocking you and mocking your ideas, and I've seen it day in, day out. I just saw it the other day as well. So, you know, I think everyone that's on the call zoo, you know, in this family, and I like to call it a family because there's no like people that like, you know, knock you down here or anything. So I feel real confident here, and I like to help. That's why I'm giving back today. You know, I like others to rise with me. I like others to do well. And just the screen that you had before was there was something on there about my vision and how I think differently from others. Why I think differently is, I know I don't want to sound greedy, but you know, I do think about the I think, you know, I'm not going to stop until I can go out there, buy a helicopter or a jet, and not have to think about the fuel that it's going to cost me to fly to wherever I want to fly. Because why I think like that is because I know I'm one of them people. If I make it, everyone around me makes it. You know, my Facebook friends. I'm just one of them people. It doesn't have to be like close family. I'm not one of them people that will buy a first class ticket and sit in first class on my own. I'll want my friends and family there with me, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I love that, man. I love that vision, you know, of yours. There's nothing wrong with that, man. You got to dream big, you know. But what I love about you, Jimmy, is that you do have a heart, man. You have a heart for other people, and you're out there, you know, helping as many people as you can, and that's rare. It is rare, you know, and it's one of the things that drew me to you and so many people, you know, in our group. They all have hearts, man, that connect with them. We're all like-minded. And I think it is rare because I've been parts of a lot of groups before online where people don't take the time. People are consumed with self. And then two, you know, people that lead it, I mean, it's like they don't have time to truly help others grow. And you know, I love that about you, man. I'm just proud of you, man. I love watching you grow, and I mean, you inspire me just with the actions you take day in and day out. Like, you know,
thank
you
you,
really
man.
do.
Your 6 grand checks inspire me, man.
Uh,
They do, man. Because I know you're helping. It's not just going in your pocket. You're like, you know, you're helping homeless. You're doing a lot of things, and I like to see people like that grow. And you know, when I saw your equal zoo, you know, just the advert or whatever you guys call it, or the preview, you know, I thought, you know what, this guy is just speaking from the heart, man. He's not no salesperson. He's not, you know, he's not reading from a script. And I thought, I got to get in there, man. I got to get this because I want to see what he's about. And I was right, man. You know, like I followed my heart with that, and you are really inspiring, man. I just want everyone, yeah, to take a second and put a 1 in the chat box if they think Sean Snyder could be a life coach with the inspiration that he gives. Seriously, just put a 1 in the chat box for this geezer, man. How many ones you got?
I do, man. Yeah, you said that to me. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, you said that to me last week, but I mean, generally, it's something that's in me, and it's always been that way, man. It's like I truly, ever since I was a young kid, I always cared about other people, and it's just something that's inside me. And the older I get, the more you realize, you know, we all been through things in our life, and for me, you know, my greatest fulfillment, my greatest, you know, burning desire is to be able to help other people, because anytime I can connect with somebody or help somebody, that's when I feel most complete. So,
Yeah.
you know, like you talked about with, you know, getting a jet, a helicopter. I love that vision. I love it. And I share the same thing with you, man. Like my success on the way, the recent success I've had with the, you know, $6,000, you know, sales a week, that means nothing to me.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it will help my life and I'll be able to help, you know, the kids and stuff, but it means nothing in this course to me if I can't,
Thank you.
you know, help other people, achieve the same success or even beat me, man. I want to see people beat me. I just want to, I can't even tell you, man. I want to see everybody rise. I truly do. And I truly care about each and every one of you. So, I appreciate you saying that, Jimmy. Thank you very much. So, yeah, let's get these. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And you inspire me too. So let's continue to get our guests inspired, and we're going to go through your story. And as you guys see right in front of us, the brick by brick analogy, this whole method is anytime you get started, right? We already established Jimmy's why. He's a passionate person. He cares about, his family. He cares about you guys, right? So he realizes what he's shooting for, the end zone he's going. But day in and day out, this guy, Jimmy, you take action every day, right? You lay your bricks and you go on to the next day. But along, the way, we got to expect obstacles to come our way. And when obstacles come our way, which they have with me, which they have with Jimmy, what are you going to do? What's the path you're going to take? Because most people retreat from obstacles and they never get by them. So Jimmy, let's talk a little bit about that. The obstacles that we face. You have faced quite a few, man, but you have done a great job. And
my brick wall has fallen like a few times, like to the last brick, and then I've done it again, man. So I have faced some big obstacles, and this is down to that's why I say the inspiration from you. Your videos, the way you talk, you called me, you gave me a call, and that just put up my confidence 200%. Like, you know what, I haven't wasted my money and I haven't wasted my time with these people. That's come from you, this change of attitude as well, because I'd been doing a lot of internet marketing, buying big courses that were quite expensive and not getting the support or anything out of it. I was turning negative. I was really turning negative towards it. And, the other day, I think you posted something that when you're just about to finish or quit something, a miracle happens, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like, my miracle is Qzx900 came along, and then I got a double miracle when you came along with Qzx900, because I was about to just, go back into helping my family, double glazing, going out, doing sales for them, not getting paid on time like family do. I will pay you next week, or we'll pay you next week.
Yeah.
But that, just wanted to touch on that as well.
Yeah,
That's a big turning stone for me. Why?
Exactly, man. I mean, and you've done a good job. One thing about Jimmy that I like, and you guys are about to hear, is the hold on one second. Is when the obstacles that he did face, right? He found solutions to these obstacles. A lot of times in life, boom, we're gonna get hit with obstacles, right, Jimmy? We are gonna have the storms of life come in, and they can. Go ahead.
Sorry, go. I just said every day something.
Every day, and to find solutions around them, to have good friends that can support you through it. I know I went through, things a couple months ago that I never really got into, but Marty in our group, Marty, me and him have gone back years, but that guy, I mean, he was right there. He was supportive, and shout out to Marty. But that's just, he is. Yeah. Marty's a great guy, man. And, but that's what we do. I mean, we're determined inside to find solutions. We have support, and you just got to keep moving, right? You got to keep moving. So, let's talk about some of these obstacles you encountered, and along the way, as he's telling these guys, he's going to tell you some solutions that he found throughout, things that you guys can apply, to anything you might be struggling with.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Jim.
The Scoutify, it doesn't work in the UK. That was like one of the biggest things at the start. I know everybody was mentioning some other apps, but all I done was, and this is what's helped me, get a lot of knowledge with FBA, was actually just use the seller app and use the tools that you had said in the start, like Keeper, and Camel, you got me saying it now.
Yeah.
So it's Keeper and Camel. I mean, just using them tools and the seller app, I just learned to do with that, and make miracles happen just with those free platforms. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, that was one. I just had a limited budget to put into this project, and the scales, they were like, they were £50 for the scales, and then a printer, a laser printer, which a good one is about £120. So we're talking about $200 in US dollars extra, but that was kind of out of my budget. So I found a way to use some digital luggage scales with a strap, and how to print labels as well. So yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
yeah, right there.
So you just strap that around the box, and you can strap to that. You can put the digital scales, these ones. So that's like $4.99, like in US dollars. I bought them for like £2.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Jimmy, is that you in the background?
No, that's not me. There's some disturbance coming in, isn't there? I thought that was.
Yeah, it wasn't. That's not me either. I don't know, guys. Bear with us. We got we don't know where that's coming from. Yeah, I have nobody at my house. Wow. All right, guys, just bear with us. We got another conversation coming in somewhere. It's an obstacle. It's an obstacle.
Everyone's asleep in my house, man. There's nobody talking.
Yeah, I have nobody in my house either, man. It's crazy. But it's funny. We're talking about obstacles and trying to find a solution to it. This will go away, just like all storms of life do, right? Let's hope.
I was trying to concentrate on the scales. I don't even know what language that is.
I have no idea what's going on there. That's something.
So yeah, these scales are really good. You can do a gram, from 1 gram to 40 kilos or 50. These are the 50 kilo ones. So 10 grams to 50 kilos. I got the 1 gram ones from the UK.
Okay.
And you're not going to weigh a gram. Like even the envelope's going to be more than that. So
yeah.
That's the lowest, and then 40 kilos. So I just strap the other strap around the box and then lift it. You've got the little picture there in the corner, the guy doing it with
that
the suitcase, but yeah.
Okay.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's strapping it, but you just do it with the strap instead of the handle of the thing. And you don't really need to lift too high. You just lift like a couple of centimeters off the ground, and they're so fast, within like a point something of a second, half a second, I'd say. They just level off on what the weight was. So
does it really?
It does really, man. And you don't have to remember the weight. You just go back to it and look at the scales if you do forget. So it's really good.
That's an awesome way, man, that you thought about it. How did you come about thinking about this?
It's just the way my mind works. I don't know, man. It's just I thought, those scales are just big. They're expensive. Let me try and look at other things. So I was actually looking for digital shipping scales, and like research, I just kept going, looking, and these popped up, and these were one of the best ones.
So basically, what you did was you bought like these straps, right? And then you have this, and you just wrap it around the box, and you lift it up, and boom, you got your weight.
Yeah,
See that is a token of wisdom and information right there, gang. That Jimmy is one of those, he thinks outside the box and he makes it happen. He found a solution to his problem, and that is just a great example right there, man. So I love that. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, and it saves the good money as well, so.
Yeah. And why don't you tell people too about this printing, what you did.
The printer, I had a laser jet, and I tried to print a few papers off it, and I was thinking, no, this ain't gonna work. My phone wouldn't even scan it. So, again, I got on looking at how I could get it done from my thermal printer, because it's a printer, right? So it must be able to print. That's how my mind is working. That it must be able to print whatever I want it to print. Before I had the other labels, the little labels. I didn't have the continuous roll. The
Yeah.
one that you can see now is a continuous roll. So I ordered the continuous roll because I knew on the little labels, there's no
What's
way
that?
there's no way I'm going to be able to print the shipping labels on the little labels.
Okay.
So a continuous roll. First of all, I ordered one of them and then checked some videos online. And I remember from uni, I used to, do copy and paste a lot. So there is a video that I don't know, Sean, you guys have sorted the videos out, haven't you? Of how to do it from your thermal printer. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's quality. The paper that comes out and the labels that come out of there,
No.
quality.
Okay.
And you give it half a scan and that's it. Beep, that's it. Everything comes up. So
Yeah.
it's better than using the paper, yeah. It's better than using lethal paper as well. So,
Hi. Hi.
Yeah. Jimmy, I
I
apologize,
don't know.
man. I have no idea where that is coming from, guys.
That's probably, I don't know, that could be one of our listeners, that
Hey,
we might have let them come in
everybody,
as,
yeah. Everybody should be on mute.
yeah. It's cool. We keep going now, don't we? So,
Yeah, we're gonna keep going.
I know it's right in my ear as well, so sorry guys if we for these hiccups anyway.
Yeah, we apologize, but that's just another way, man. That we
Yeah.
we think
And
outside the box and everything. So great ideas, great tools, guys. Just what Jimmy shared right there. Just if you're starting off to save some extra money, and look what he did. He was able to start off right, and he kept it moving. He kept it going. So that was great, Jimmy. We definitely appreciate you sharing that.
cool.
Here's another thing you want to touch on about the rank.
Yeah. I found it quite hard, at the start, and a lot of people always till now call me as well. I can't find stuff to sell. I can't find stuff. And I had the same problem at the start. I couldn't find a lot of things, but I was finding some items. So, I started messing around with the app. And I don't know how it works in the United States, if you guys have Canada and stuff that you can sell in. But in Europe, you can sell on 5 platforms. So you can sell in Germany, France, Italy, Spain, as well as
Yeah,
UK for the same fee. There's no extra fees. Um, I think it's the next one,
this one.
Sean. No, it's the 5 country one. Yeah,
Oh
that's the
wait,
one. Yeah,
what this one?
that's the one. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, I started scanning from different countries. So I just changed the country that I'm in the app, and I'd scan from that country. And guess what, man? I'd find some jackpot items, even items that had no rank in the UK, but in Germany there'd be such a low rank, like a 1,000 for toys. Um, and also, yeah, the rank is so different. You see, this one is the UK rank, so I'm just showing vice versa. And that's
Okay.
85,000. And then when you go to Germany, it's 130,000. So that's a big difference. That's like double.
Hmm.
And so when I scan when I do that, when I do scan from other countries, I'm even finding sellable like unsellable items, making them sellable straight away. So thinking outside the box again, just yeah, doing my thing.
Yeah, and I love that, man, because I mean it's helped you, just be able to
Yeah,
grow and everything, be able to expand and
yeah,
scale out. When you think outside the box,
yeah,
take action on it. I mean, results happen.
yeah. So sales, see the screen you've got up here now. Um, like how people are saying how you hitting these sales and stuff. If 5 countries wasn't good enough, I can sell in 26 countries without paying the extra fee, and you can see all those countries there.
Hmm.
There's a video to it. Obviously, the guys are going to be given the videos, and however you can explain that at the end. But there's more detail in
Hmm.
the videos how to do this. And if you're in Europe, again, I just wanted to ask you a question, Sean. How does it work in the United States? Do you just get to sell in the US, or
Well, I mean, there's
would you?
opportunity to. I mean, you can sell overseas,
No, I
but
mean, like without the extra fees. So within that fee that you pay every month to SBA, you can only sell in USA, or can you sell in Canada as well? Or
well, no. If you're doing outside the country, there's an extra fee to it.
Okay,
So
cool. I think we're just because we're the EU at the moment.
because you have
Um,
everything around you.
so there's Europe there, and yeah, that's why we can do the 26 countries here. So anybody that's telling me they're struggling in the UK or Europe, man, I don't want to hear it no more.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like, this is platinum stuff on a plate for you guys, yeah? Because you're my
Yeah.
friends, my community, my family, you know. I'm just trying to help you guys as much as I can. I don't
And the
want any
other,
money for this.
yeah, he doesn't. He truly does care. Like we've talked about from the beginning. Another thing that Jimmy did, and we're gonna get it up this week, is he made some videos too that go a little further in depth that will actually show you, what he's talking about and what he's doing. So we're gonna put them up in the members area section. It will be sometime this week, so look forward to that. And Jimmy, we just appreciate, man. I appreciate you doing this, man, because it just shows your heart. It shows that you truly care and you want to see others succeed.
Yeah,
That's what it's
yeah. I
all
just
about.
want to do something different to what I've been treated like in those last few years when I didn't have Qzx900. I never got this. I never got this for free. I'd have to pay for it. So
Yeah.
I'm not that type of person. I know you're not, and I know a lot of people here aren't as well in eQualZoo. So that's why I want to share it with my family.
Yeah. And that's how I feel, man. Like we talk about all the time, right? Together we rise.
That's it.
Together we rise. All right. So
Yeah,
let's
man.
see. Let's see. What we got next. These other things that you had to encounter and continue. You continue to find solutions to your obstacles. Um, here, like a lot of us face is
Sorry, I lost sound there. Can you hear me?
okay. I can hear you good, man. I can hear you good.
Okay, cool, cool.
This is a common question that we get, that I know I get, you get, that, sometimes when you buy items, especially starting off, I remember myself buying stuff and not really paying attention to the things I should have paid attention to. Sales rank,
Yeah,
how many sellers are selling the item, um, looking at Keepa, Camel, checking Amazon seller app, all that. But a lot of times, sometimes, especially in the beginning, you buy items, you realize what you bought it for. All of a sudden, it can the price drop dramatically, or it gets restricted, right?
yeah,
So, you want to touch on that, your experience with it?
yeah. So when you're in the actual app, I know on the desktop I was finding it hard. It was letting me list them, but I would do this through the app, so you can find out even before buying or not buying. So when you see at the bottom, there's no fee. Yeah, when Amazon fulfillment, the FBA cannot give you a fee, and the gross proceeds, don't buy it because you're just going to have trouble with it. You're going to be taking it back. It's just going to sit in the corner of the room. That's it. That I worked out that pattern. It took me a little while, but yeah, I kept seeing the pattern, and I just thought, you know what, that's what it is. And when I did test it, I did bring a few things home, and straight away they were restricted the next day. So yeah, I was right on that. Look out for these things, guys. Just that's what Sean means by thinking outside the box. Just don't rely on just scan and buy, scan and buy, scan and buy. Try and look out for the patterns and try and work things out, and you'll get a lot better at it, a lot quicker. So,
Yeah. Um, just like Jimmy said, I mean, but you got to keep doing it. A lot of people get frustrated. I got frustrated in the beginning. I would go out and want to be able to find anything that was profitable, and want to pay attention to certain things like we talk about in the course, like Jimmy talks about. I mean, this example right here, paying attention to the rank, how many customers, if it's restricted, if it's not restricted, all these things add up. But once you start doing them, right, and you do your research, you get used to what sells, what doesn't sell, you become better at it. Just like anything, when you start off, you're not that great, but you got to keep at it. You got to keep practicing. The more you practice, the better you'll get. And that's what I have found. That's what Jimmy's found. And more we do it, the better we will get. So, I wanted to point that out. Go ahead, Jimmy. You want to
driver.
take this?
Yeah, this one, the buy box is quite small there, so you can't read it, but it does say, you know, to better your chances with the buy box, just stay 5% above the buy box price. And then it also says you need stock, so how many you have in stock. So you say if you have 10 and the other buyers have 5, you'll probably get it. And it says you need reviews and stuff. But in my videos, I've proved that it doesn't really matter on the reviews. Mainly comes down to consistency. So having that product a few times over and having a good a good quantity of it. Like when me and Sean we go and buy the whole shelf out, that's why we're buying it, because we know we're bettering our chances of getting that buy box, and we can sell it slightly more expensive than others. And in the videos they'll see this guy, he's got about 20 of them,
Yeah.
and I've got 25 of the item. He's selling them for $20 and I'm selling them for $25. So, you know, it's mainly down to quantity is what I've worked out. You know, that's just a pattern that I've seen. The more you have, the more chances. But your price has to be decent. You can't say it's $25 and I'm going to sell it for 100. So they'll just like wipe you off. So you got to keep it decent. You got to keep your price decent.
Yeah, you want to keep it close. And the one point you touched on too, where a lot of people, you know, they should pay attention to is you might have somebody in front of you too that's selling it for a lot cheaper. Look how many he has in stock, right? Look and see how many quantities he have available. Because I've come across a couple times where somebody's been significantly lower than me or anybody else close, and I'm like, why are they so cheap? And then they might have like 2 or 3, 4 left. Let them sell out. Let them sell out. As soon as they sell out, you know, that price comes right back to you too. So that's another benefit that I like that you highlighted, Jimmy, about, you know, paying attention to, you know, the person in front. But just like you said, you want to stay close to that buy box.
Yeah, you want to stay close. Yeah, like not above. I've gone above 10. I've gone like 10%. That's the highest I've gone, but I've still had it. So they do suggest 5%. But I'd stay around 5 or 7%. Yeah.
Yeah. But all these things that we're talking about, guys, are tools. These are just little insights, bits of wisdom that will help you guys. Will just help, you know, just mold your craft, and you'll get better and better. And the more you do it, like I said, I mean, you'll just become stronger and stronger at it. So as we go on, as Jimmy just shared all that, there are, you know, different things along Jimmy's way that he has experienced highs and lows, but he keeps moving. And you know, I don't know. I don't even know how to put it into words, Jimmy. Do you want to go off and
This was the worst day. Like I done $6,000 in sales, like in pounds. So that I don't know. That's like 7,500 US dollars.
Yeah, that's crazy,
like
man.
24 hours, man. And you know, that was down to dedication. You know, when I go into the stores and Sean, you say scan everything, and that's what I do. I scan everything, yeah. And I came across this item it was like, so I'll say in US it was 50 cents is what you guys call it, and it sold for like 37.99 or 35.99. Man, that is, and I bought 120 of them for 60 bucks. So that's where the 6K came from. And the sales rank was crazy, man. It was like 100, 102 or something.
Wow.
So they sold out, man. That was like, yeah, that was a good day. But then the next day I woke up and my account was suspended.
So you go to bed feeling on top of the world, and then you wake up and then you see this.
Yeah.
Right?
That was just, yeah, man, that was bad.
Wow.
That was real bad.
So
So it didn't just stop there. You know, so I contacted them. They were like, you know, you need a knife license. I'm thinking, a knife license? Okay. I couldn't remember selling any knives, you know, and I was debating with them. I hadn't sold a knife, so I went through everything. And I'd sold a Mickey Mouse knife set, and it must have gone abroad to Germany or somewhere. And they made me get a knife license in the UK, just an online one. It took 2 minutes to get. So I got it, I gave it to them, and then they thought that was the problem, but they didn't even know what the problem was. It was just I was taking out too much money in one go. So they said, you're selling like a business, so you need to go corp. So that's what I did. If that wasn't bad enough, guys, the day after that, I'm thinking, oh, it's all great, it's wicked. Okay, I've done 6 grand. Even if I don't come on for a month, I don't mind. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
5 or 4.5 grand in my pocket. That wasn't the case. All those sales, like 90% of my sales, so around £5,000 worth, started to drop because all the items were reserved because I sell on 5 platforms and they reserve for 3 to 5 days. All those items dropped, man. Like I was just watching them drop like flies all day long that day, and I was like, oh God,
Yeah.
that was the worst. That was even worse than the day before when I was suspended because I still thought, yeah, I've got some Christmas money coming up,
Yeah.
which I didn't.
And that was, I mean, I can't even imagine that, man. I can't imagine that feeling and stuff like that. And that happened, that was right before Christmas, you said, right?
That was it, man. Just before it was like the 16th of December. I think I have it marked on the
Yeah, I
calendar, a
think
big cross on there.
I remember it was like a week and a half to 2 weeks out when that happened to you. And
Yeah,
man,
man.
I feel
I
for you.
didn't come back on till one day after Christmas. I thought, oh man.
All right, but let's talk about that, okay? So you're in that, you wake up and all this stuff's happening to you, and then this happened. What was your mindset at the time? Where were your thoughts at, you know?
Man, you know what? I was so close to just, not doing it again. And I was just, again, thinking like before, I gotta give Marty Goldman, yeah, a big shout out because, he knew I wasn't even posting on Facebook after that.
Mm,
And he goes, it's good having you around. Where have you been? And we had a little conversation. And then, that was the morning I actually emailed Jeff Bezos, the actual owner, the CEO of Amazon.
wow.
And because Marty kind of inspired me that day, and he was like, don't just give up. That's what I felt.
Yeah,
And I didn't. I sent in an email. A few hours later, my account was back on, but it was late, but late's better than never.
yeah,
So yeah, a lot of those, that item I got for 50 cents, I had to, I called it back in, and then I was selling them on eBay for like 10 for £10, and when I was going to get 35.99 for one.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, just making my money back, man.
But you know what? I mean, with what you went through, a lot of people would have just stopped. A lot of people would have given up and frustrated, dude. But
Yeah,
special shout out to Marty again. For
yeah.
just being there. But that's what we need, right? That's what we need. We need encouragement, but we need belief in ourselves. We got to continue to take action, and that's what you did, man. That's what you did. You look at the email you sent. How many people would have done that? You did that, right?
I found his email. I found the guy's email. Sent him out an email.
Yeah,
I think that's in the videos as well. So yeah, you
yeah,
guys can have a look at what I wrote.
yeah,
I kind of buttered him up real good, and then
yeah.
and my account back on. A couple of hours later, he's the man. Go to the man. If you can't get it done, and there's no other way, that was my last, kind of shot
Yeah,
at getting my account back on.
yeah, man.
My aim was to start selling before the 1st of January again, and I've done it, man. I mean, like I can't believe I've done it, but I've done it.
Yeah, you have, and it's exciting watching. That's just I'm so glad to have you on here tonight because I mean you truly like I said inspire me. But what I see in you, man, is that this is just the beginning. It's the tip of the iceberg, and everything that Jimmy is talking about, guys, everything he is sharing. I mean, take the heart, and take wisdom out of some of these things that he is sharing because it definitely will benefit you guys and this is what it's all about giving back. He's not looking for anything in return. He just wants to see others succeed like we all do, like I do, like Jimmy does. We care about you guys and we believe in you.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I don't want nothing back for this. I wouldn't be sharing all this if I did. So
Yeah.
I hope that's enough proof for you guys to know. You know, I trust Sean, Chris Winters. They've really bought my trust so really, really highly. And they've changed my thinking of internet marketing and online revenue. So
Yeah.
there is a way. You know, as long as you've got the right people around you, you can do it.
Yep, without a doubt, man. And that's how I started my journey too. Just other people around me. Chris was a huge thing, and
Yeah.
just others around me. So that's what we do. Before we get on, and just explain to the people, just everything that's happened to you since you found Qzx900. Um, if
Yeah.
you guys have any questions, start typing them in now, and we'll get to them. But looking back, Jimmy, just talk about this a little bit. The brick
Okay.
by brick, each day that you've taken, it's taking you other places. So, you know,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So this 10K debt I had, this was actually from buying other courses online. So Qzx900 allowed me to, zero some credit cards. That was a big stress off my head. I had my second son, so I managed to buy a better motor, a better car, a stronger car, more reliable car. And yeah, like you can see at the bottom, found a business model that I can use in the future, and the sky is the limit with this. Like Sean says it all the time. But FBA, I've seen something big in this, and I've got some big plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how long were you part of the Qzx900 when you found? How long beforehand until you joined
July,
us?
July, August. So July, August, September, October,
Okay.
November. For 3 months, I was only like with them for 3 or 4 months, and then I
Wow.
found Equalzoo, and it's just like a double bonus I got.
Yeah.
Because I found the Qzx900 lead gen stuff, and I thought that's long term, that's a good long term investment. But then I still didn't find that money maker that I could invest today and make money in a week. But when you came along, I found that too. So there's two models there for me to work with, and really, man, I'm gonna take it big and take it to the next level, really.
Oh, and I have no doubt you will, man. And I'm excited to see your journey, and I'm looking forward to Jimmy to being in that jet of yours.
Yeah,
The jet,
like
the
I said, man,
helicopter.
I'm not gonna be flying on my own. My
Yeah.
friends and family will be with me all the way.
When Jimmy gets
So.
his jet guys, he's coming to get you. All right.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get get off at the airport on my jet, straight into the helicopter,
Mm-hmm.
come knocking on your doors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
no,
how it goes.
that's what it's all about, right? I mean, we have to think outside the box. We got to believe that the desires in our hearts, the dreams in our hearts, that anything is possible, right? But you got to work hard, you got to take action, you got to believe, and you're gonna have obstacles come your way, guys. You're gonna have things come your way that are going to make you want to stop, are going to make you want to stay in your comfort zone. But when these things come, you got to continue regardless of how difficult or how painful things are, or if you wake up one morning and everything that you thought was great the night before, just like Jimmy, just went to ashes. You got to pick yourself up and look for solutions to these obstacles. And that is something that Jimmy's done. Man, I am inspired just, listening to your story. And,
Thank you.
is anything else that you would like, to share? Any?
I mean,
Yeah.
I want to see other people posting their results. Lance, the guy, big shout out to Lance. He posted something the other day. I don't look at the figures. I look at, what people are doing, taking action, and, I like that. And I'll always back people on that. If they
Yeah.
ever need any help, everybody on this call knows, if they message me something, unless it's like a different time in the morning where I'm asleep, as soon as I get up, I will, give them back their answer or help them in whatever way I can. So I
Yeah.
just want people to start reaching out for that help. I know a lot of people aren't. A lot of people are coming to me when a lot of people them guys should be actually contacting you, Sean,
Yeah.
from the States, because you can help them more. I don't really know that much about the States market, FBA, and you're the master, man, at that. So I want them to start reaching out to you a bit more and coming out of their shells. There's a lot of people that are in their shells in Qzx900 as well.
Yeah.
They need to come out.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I want you
One thing,
guys to know. Go ahead.
yeah, nobody's gonna judge you here, man. In Hallzoo, I'm telling you, if I can do it, you can do it because I lost my confidence to share stories. You know what? I stopped going on, like I said, I stopped going on Facebook for about a year because of that, those bad communities.
Yeah,
And this has even gotten back on Facebook and into the group and socializing again.
exactly.
But yeah, don't feel knocked down.
And you know, I appreciate everything you're saying, guys, and I just want you guys to know is just that, look, just like Jimmy said, anything I can do to help you, I will. Um, Reach out to me. I have a bunch of guys right now that reach out to me. Sometimes I can't get back to you right away, but I will get back to you. Um, like you talked about Lance. Lance, he's done a great job throughout. Um, we have guys in the group like Michael, Keith, Frazier, um, you, Jimmy, Marty,
Yeah.
Andrew. He just started, posting up again and, inspired by his story. I know I'm missing people right now. Um, just everybody that's involved in our group. It's such a good place, and you don't have to worry about being judged. Come, with any questions you may have, or just, open up your hearts, and we are there to help you just get better. Anything that you guys need from me, anything I can do, reach out to me. You know, if I have time, we can connect on the phone. These are the kind of things that I want to do to try to help you guys grow, right? And,
No, definitely.
you know, the people that aren't involved, because there are a lot of people watching in the background, come on, join in. Even if you spend a couple minutes, post something. I encourage you guys to do that. Even, if it's just something, anything, it doesn't matter. Get involved, because when you get involved, there's strength and power and community, and it just takes your game to a whole nother level. So, with that being said, I wanted to just talk about real quick, myself, different things, journey that I've gone through. This past weekend, I went to a men's retreat, through my church, and you guys know how my faith is important to me. So it was just a time for me to recharge, right? It was a time for me to just think about different things. And one of the things, one of the speakers talked about was, upward hopes and downward habits. And they say so many people, guy was talking about so many people in this life have upward hopes, right? We all have dreams. We all have visions. We all want to change our lives for the better. But so many of us have downward habits, right? We have these habits that we just continue to do that are keeping us away from our dreams, our desires, our goals. And what we have to do is recognize these downward habits, recognize, the times where, you're spending hours on Facebook, sitting down watching the TV. I know for myself, that's what I would do. I would waste time. So when I look back at my journey, when I look back from when I started all this, I can recognize a lot of downward habits I had, right? And I had to replace them. I had to make the most of my time. You guys have heard me talk about brick by brick. We just went through a perfect example of a superstar in Jimmy, who's making the most of his day, who is taking action, laying his bricks as best he can every day. And this guy's going somewhere. He's going to have a helicopter and a jet sometime in the future. I have no doubt about that, because he has a driven, he has that drive. His heart is just passionate. And the same thing with me. I started off the journey thinking to myself, I want to eventually be able to quit my job, right? I want to be able to focus on the things that matter most. And for me, my why is my faith, my family, my freedom. I want to be able to gain the freedom so I can invest my time in the things that matter most, the things that will love me back. And so many of us, I know that's, a desire for so many of you guys is to focus on the things that matter most, right? The things that love you back. So many times in my life, I've been consumed with things that will not love me back, things that are just pointless, that are useless. But when I look back over this year, I've seen myself transform in areas that I needed to. And I want to encourage you guys, because if I can do this, if Jimmy can do this, you can do this. But we got to take action every day. And in order to achieve your upward hopes, in order to achieve your dreams, your why, to build that wall, you have to recognize the things that are going to keep you back. Jimmy touched on how he joined groups before and how these groups did not accept him, or they put down, some of the thoughts that he had, in his heart that he wanted to share, right? And we are surrounded by that. We are surrounded by people in our lives that will tell you you can't do this, that you can't dream big. There's no way that you can achieve what you want to achieve. And we have to recognize these things, right? You want to surround yourself with people that will lift you up. Surround yourself with like-minded people. That's why I encourage you guys to get involved in the group. The more you're around like-minded people, the more you'll become like those people. Whatever you surround yourself with, you will become. You'll become. If you surround yourself, with a drug dealer, if you hang around with a drug dealer, there's a good chance you might become a drug dealer. If you hang around with a millionaire, there's a good chance you're going to become a millionaire. Choose your friends wisely. So I want to encourage you guys with that. We talked about the upward hopes, downward habits. I look back since I started my journey at the end of June and recognize a lot of downward habits. I took one day at a time. And the surprise announcement that I wanted to share with you guys, and it is, first off, I just wanted to say how grateful I am, to be part of this with you guys. And it's just the beginning, but I was able to go into my job today and quit. I was able to lay down my job and be able to walk away. I look back at the end of June when I started all this, dude. I'm working 14, 16 hours a day out in, the heat all year round, snow, heat, ice, rain. It didn't matter. I'm outside, and it was taking a toll on my body. I wasn't able to invest in my kids, my fiance, my family, and my burning desire was to be able to lay down the job so I can start, pouring my life into them. So today, January 30th, 2017, I was able to go and do it. And I'm saying that because I'm excited about what lies ahead, but this is tip of the iceberg, right? This is my mini helicopter, Jimmy. And for me, I want to take you guys with me. I want each and every one of you to achieve your why. And I want us to keep growing. So now that I'm able to do this, I'm looking forward to devoting a lot more of my time to helping you guys get to where you want to be. So like Jimmy said, if there's anything I can do to help you, reach out. We're going to look to expand. We're going to look to just grow this and just have more and more and more successful members. So I wanted to share that. And the last slide we got right before 8 o'clock is everything that we've talked about, what Jimmy has talked about so eloquently, what's passionate on my heart is there's strength in community, right, Jimmy?
That's it, man. That's the one. Together we rise.
Together we rise. And, I'm thankful, dude, that we started this course together. I'm thankful for members like you. I consider you like a brother. We're in this together. So many of us in the group.
Yeah, I always refer to it like as my family. I never just say I've got to get back to the group I always refer to it as my family, man. So that's how I feel about it. And I'm telling you, if I feel about it like that, it must be something magical about this place. Equal Zoo. I've never seen nothing like it, the people in there, anything.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I want to just share something with you. I don't know if you can see this, but we got Michael Matson. Shout out to him. He's a great member in the group. He says, thanks, Jimmy. Marty says, way to go, Jimmy. Keith, sky the limit. Keith. Love that guy, man. That guy is filled with enthusiasm. He just says, that was really good, Jimmy. Awesome info. He also says he appreciates us. Mackie, shout out to you. Says awesome, wonderful. Larry says congrats, thanks, man. Michael, same thing.
Yeah.
Kevin, yeah, we appreciate
There's a
having.
question. Can you see the question? Good stuff.
Which,
While
but you got a
assessing.
question I don't see?
Yeah, so somebody's asking, while assessing the fees on Camel and Keeper of the sales rank, how long does it take to assess a product before deciding to buy it or not? Seconds. It takes literally seconds. It takes me like 10 seconds, and it might just take, if you're a new start, it might take you 30 seconds. So,
Yeah,
yeah, don't worry about it. You know, you're going to know straight away whether you want it or you don't.
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah,
it goes back like you guys. I mean, you can go back a couple months. You can go back 3 months, 6 months. Um,
yeah,
it's a great tool.
it is. It is definitely. And you know, like if you just want to have a quick look for a lot of spikes. You know, that's what I look for. So you know it's selling every month, middle of the month, end of the month, middle of the month, end of the month, and then you know it's going to sell. You know.
Yeah.
And oh, just one more thing I wanted to share. If you guys get anything with a 10,000 rank, you're going to sell one every day. So, and I've done the test. I don't talk without, you know, like actually doing it first, or that's my results. You'll sell one every day. Sometimes you might not sell that item for 5 days, and on the sixth day, you're going to sell six of them. So it will make up for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just a test I've done, the 10K test.
There you go. I like it. I like it. And Carl asks, how do I become a member? If you just get hold of the support, Carl, they will send you a link and take care of that for you. Or, if you don't get anywhere there, just you message me and I'll help you in any way I can. But that will be your quickest way. Just send an email to support. All right, man.
There's,
Jimmy, anything else you can think of,
yeah.
buddy?
There's one more question is, what's the biggest box that you recommend shipping to FBA? It depends. As you stop, like at the start, you'll start with bigger boxes, and once your store is stocked over like 100 items, I went to. Once I was over that, I went for smaller boxes. So it depends on the size of your product, really. So I'd keep like 2 or 3 different sizes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, at the start I was sending 79 centimeters because 80 was the cutoff point, and like stacking them and sending as much product as possible.
And just so you
So yeah.
guys know, is it the same over there, Jimmy, where you don't want to go over 50 pounds?
Yeah, 15. I think it's 32 kilos
So
per
50
box.
pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. We do it in kilos here. I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
And if you guys weren't aware of that, he says, over there 32 kilos. Over here in the U.S., it's 50 pounds. They don't want you shipping any one single package over that unless it's a single item that weighs over that amount. Then you can.
Oh, I didn't know that. I really didn't
Yeah.
know that. That's good for me to know as well now. Yeah.
Yep. If it's a single item that weighs over that, you can. You're probably going to get charged, extra for that. However, yeah, you can do that. But multiple items over 50, forget about that. So, and then the boxes over in the U.S. What I like to use is like 18 by 18, length width, 16s. And they're my 2 boxes I use. Now, if I have a couple little things to get out, shoebox sizes, I might send it, if I have little items, do that. But, it varies.
It all depends on what items you have, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it does. But, hey, real quick, just to touch on this, because I know I've gotten a couple questions about this, is the difference. Did you ever do merchant fulfilled?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I forgot to share that. I done the test as well on that.
Yeah,
'Cause, yeah, I'm just one of them guys that likes to mess around and find, solutions, like you said, and find ideas. So I
exactly.
thought, let me do a test. There's Fraser Beescroft in
Mm,
London. So she was doing, or he was, sorry, he was doing merchant fulfilled. So I've done a test for them, basically,
yeah,
and I sold much more FBA than merchant fulfilled,
yeah.
definitely.
And yeah, just tell real quick, like tell them how much your benefits that you've seen from the FBA. Just it's
My
much
benefits,
easier, isn't it?
sorry,
Well, go ahead, share your benefits.
my benefits with FBA.
Yeah.
Um, so like I said, I've seen a business that you can scale it as big as you want. Um, you know, my biggest benefits were on-demand cash, and I keep saying that to people. It's like cash on demand.
Okay.
It's just like if you want money for birthdays, Christmas, Easter, whenever you need it, you just start a month before, and you'll have that cash, man, that you need. For new people, it does take, like I would say, give it a month to start rolling. When you start rolling, you're going to start getting more payouts. Because at the start, that was another issue of mine. I didn't get paid straight away. I'd done like about 1,000 worth of sales and got $200. Do you remember that, Sean?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And I was like texting you like mad, and I was like, man, that can't be the fees that
Yeah,
high?
yeah.
So yeah, so you just gotta be patient for the first 5 weeks, yeah, and once it starts paying, it starts paying. I'm telling you,
Yeah, I
every
want to.
day.
Oh, it does. And I want to let you guys know, like, I've talked to people about this for myself. I mean, I started off, right, looking for stuff around the house to sell, credit cards too, use that just to get started. But when I started, I didn't take any of my profit out for at least 3 months. The money I made, I rolled it right back into buy more product, buy more product, buy more product, and I continued to do that. And just like you talked about, Jimmy, it snowballs. And
Yeah,
I mean, it has really exploded for me over the last month to this month. Like, it's crazy. Like, December's supposed to be, the busiest month of the year,
yeah,
but
we,
in
we
January, one of the slowest. And I already beat December's numbers.
I know
You know,
we've been watching that very closely.
so
But yeah, you've proved a lot of people wrong, man, because even I went in a few forums, people like, oh, don't worry, if you get like crap sales in January, don't worry about it, it'll pick up in February. But man, you've proved them wrong. You've definitely proved a lot of people wrong there.
And the one thing I
So
think that really separated me, guys, was, and just to encourage you, is to think about you just got to do what most people won't do. So someday you'll be in a place that most people won't. And I always talk about that. But one thing I did was I really didn't touch a profit at all for 3 months. And when I did touch it, I touched very little. So by me just continuing to put that money back in and back in, back in, it snowballed. And the effects of it are shown right now. So, just encourage you guys with that. You might have to go through a little bit, but in a short matter of time, you keep at it, it will pay off. So,
it does.
um, all right. Well, we're a little past our time. We appreciate everybody. Let's just see real quick if we have any further questions. Uh, how do we sell items? Kevin is asking. Do we create ads, or does Amazon do that, or what? Um, Another question by Kevin: do we pre-pack the products, or does Amazon package the products for us? Kevin, just to touch on this real quick, man. Um, you can, if you're starting off, you package your own items. I mean, there are drop shipments out there, places that will prep things for you that you don't have to do anything. You just have to buy the product, but that is additional cost if you want to do that. And if you're just starting off, um, I would encourage you to do it yourself. You go out there, you do it yourself. You can get all of that info in the course, but basically you'll need the supplies. You'll have to print out labels. If depending on what your product is, you'll have to, possibly polybag it, bubble wrap it, or if it's boxed, just put the tags on and ship it to Amazon. From that point on, Amazon will take care of the rest for you. You got to stay on top of your inventory and do the pricing, handle any customer concerns. But Amazon, it's a headache. Once you ship that baby off, they do a lot of the work the rest of the way. They'll ship it to the customer, all that stuff. And then anything you can think of, Jimmy, that I missed?
Yeah. So in the UK. You can either get them to do it for, so this is FBA, yeah,
Yeah.
for the extra 20 pence per item. But yeah, I would recommend if you're doing it in Europe and you want to do the 5 or 26 countries, do FBA because they're going to ask you to do customer service, and I'm sure like you can't speak all those languages. So, and you know they've got call centers all over the world. So I
Yeah.
would do it like that if I was in Europe anyway. So, anywhere really. Anyway, I've seen it. I've done the test, and I've spoken to people across borders as well, and in the United States, and yeah, everyone recommends FBA, man. Just the way.
Yeah. Yeah, and also if you're the U.S. too, I mean, Amazon will do it for you; they'll prep it for you, but it can be anywhere. I think from Marty found this out, it was like 50 cents to, I mean, $2 depending on the product and what they have to do for it. So just starting off, we recommend just learning the process and doing it
Yeah.
yourself, and as you grow, you can consider those options.
It
But
works out cheaper as well, doing it yourself. A lot
yeah,
cheaper.
it does. It does. All right. Well, right now it is 1:15 in the morning for Jimmy. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So he has been, just a trooper for us throughout all this. Jimmy, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you get a good night's sleep. Hope you go to bed, man. I appreciate you, and I am looking forward to just watching your success, and I can't wait for my helicopter ride.
Yeah, I will do. I will get there and I will post that
I
on
know you will.
Facebook.
I know. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
no,
I
but
just want to thank
seriously,
everyone for coming as well.
yeah, thank you for everything, man. I'm inspired by the way you're taking action, and I have no doubt, 2017 is going to be a great year for you, your family, and together, man, together we do this, right?
Yeah, for a lot of people.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night. We appreciate you joining and staying with us and listening to us. Any things that we can help you with, just reach out. We're here. Together we rise, guys, and you have a good night. Take care.